just sign it. Sir. It's 10/22.
Today is the 6th. I mean, the 5th.
Today is the 5th.
Okay.
Yes. That's.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, you're fine. No, this ain't gonna pick that up. All right. Today is August 5th, 2021. It is currently 10:22 hours. This is Captain John Tainer, Administrative Division Commander. We are in my office with Officer Alphonso Forrest, and sitting in is Detective Lieutenant Dean Boone. All right. Officer Forrest, you're aware of the information that you brought to Lieutenant Pendleton's attention concerning some social media accusations about your involvement in a criminal act that had taken place in your former area of responsibility, Richmond. Okay. Have a few questions to clarify that situation, and then there were some additional questions concerning your employment in relation, the employment process in relation to that incident as well. Okay. Are you a person of interest or suspect in the murder investigation from Richmond County as indicated in the article?
No.
Okay. So, no one has ever contacted you from Richmond County?
Yeah, they actually called me Tuesday, but they were just asking me questions about related to the article, like how I know the person. They asked me was I working that day.
They called you, so this past 2 days ago?
Yeah.
Okay. You were contacted by Richmond County?
Yeah, Investigator Amos.
By Amos?
Yeah.
Okay. And what was the extent of his questioning?
He basically asked me, do I know the person? How I got in touch with Steve Hudson. I don't even know who that was until I did an interview with this guy named Tyrus Tillman about mental health. I went up to a facility in Maryland, Harvard Grace.
Okay.
It's called Harvard Upgrades. That's where it's actually at in Maryland for law enforcement officers and military personnel.
Okay.
They're going through some type of depression and everything, in which I was. I went there, I stayed there for 21 days. I came back, did an interview with this guy about it, just sharing my transparency with, people. This guy reached out to him. He said, hey, this guy named Steve Hudson got in touch with me and said, hey, he saw the interview, he liked it or whatnot, and we talked about 30 minutes about mental health, and he wanted to talk to you about doing the interview. I said, yeah, cool. I'm heading back to Atlanta. I'm coming back from Augusta. I used to stay in Augusta, visit my daughter. And I said, yeah, just send me his number. I'll give him a call when I get to Atlanta, which I did. I got here. He called me. He asked me about 2 questions about mental health. And the first thing he asked me, he said, how do you know Felycya Harris? The first thing I said, who the fuck is that? And he said, that's the person that got killed in Augusta last October. That was, I guess, exposing straight men that was messing around with him or whatever. I was like, okay, what the fuck they got to do with me? Just like that. And he said, well, multiple sources told him that I was involved in a homicide. I was like, well, you can tell your multiple sources they can kiss my ass, and you can kiss my ass. And that was the end of the discussion. And 2 days later, somebody screenshotted me that article about it, or whatever. My name wasn't in it, of course. This past Tuesday, got a call from investigators in Richmond County about the same thing. They told me that I'm not a suspect, a suspect in interest, or I'm not a suspect in this case. I guess they get followed through whatever they do or whatever, and now I'm here.
Okay. All right. Do you know why the article would say that you are a person of interest in the murder investigation?
I don't know. I don't have a clue. I don't know that person. Don't know their names, or the individuals in that article or anything.
Okay. So you've never met Harris? You've
No.
never been acquainted with her?
No.
Were you familiar with her before all this started?
No.
Okay. All right, so since this has happened, are you aware of any other media or social media information that points to you as a person of interest in any other offense besides this one?
Oh, that's it. That's all I know of.
That's all you know of?
You know, yeah.
So when you talked to Richmond County, he just had a couple of basic questions for you, and
Yeah,
it was all based off of that article.
Based off that article, like, why would they say your name? Do I know Gunslinger? Do I know Taylor? Don't know who that is. Have I ever hung out at an auto shop there on Spring Road Drive? I know what Spring Road Drive is, but I don't know what. I even Googled it, try to see if it's an auto shop over there. Don't even know what the hell they talking about, man. So I don't know who those people are or why they're associating me with that.
Okay, all right. So you're saying that you don't know who this gunslinger guy is?
No, I don't.
Or anybody
No.
that goes by that name or anything else? And you've never been to the shop where her vehicle was apparently dropped off?
No.
Okay, Officer Forrest, I'm going to go ahead and ask you the question. Were you involved in planning, assisting, participating, or cover-up of the homicide of Felycya Harris?
No, sir.
Okay, information that was outlined in the post said that the reason why you left Richmond County was to distance yourself from this investigation. Is that accurate?
No, the reason why I left, I mean, I haven't posted anything about it, but the reason why I did left Richmond County, because when I came back, they told me, hey, you'll be back on the road, which just didn't happen. They put me in transportation inside the jail. They took my pay from me. I couldn't work specials, and I was struggling. I got full custody of my daughter, and I wasn't making ends meet there, so that was my reason why I left that department.
Follow up on that, LT, Kevin.
What's that?
Kind of follow up on that.
Yes.
You said when you got back to Richmond County, back from where?
The Harbor Grace place, the mental health place, the place that they sent me.
Did they tell you that had anything to do with why they were doing what they were doing?
Mm-mm.
Do you think it did?
Yeah. You
have no idea?
I have no idea, man.
Okay.
I have no idea. But that's what I was told from the chief and the major when I had a meeting when I came back. It was like, we'll put you here, and I couldn't work specials, and they took my money basically.
Okay, and this is going to follow right up with the next question. During your oral interview that you did with then Assistant Chief Perry and Lieutenant Madsen, you stated that you wanted to come work for us because your fiance had gotten a job in Gwinnett, and you wanted to come here as well.
Yeah, she did. We ended up breaking up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So she was
and-
coming here.
Yeah.
So was that the reason, or was it because
That was one of the reasons. I didn't go
that
into
was just
details.
just one of
I
them?
never told nobody the distinct reason why.
Right.
Because, about the business, but that's one of the reasons why I left there.
Okay.
Whatever. And that
So she
another
was getting a job here?
reason. Yeah, she's a therapist.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. All right. Is that how you ended up choosing this place to shoot
Well, I
for?
didn't know about Snellville because Bert Daly used to work with you guys,
Mhm.
and she had told me about you guys about 2 years ago. I was telling Richmond County, yeah, and I told her I just keep it in the back of my mind, But yeah, my girlfriend ended up snagging a job up here. Don't know the condition of it or whatever, but we ended up breaking up actually a week before I moved here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Do you remember during that same interview indicating that there was nothing significant in your background that you had not disclosed in either the interview or the application?
I remember. Yeah.
Remember that part? Okay. Do you remember providing information for a pre-employment background packet used to administer your polygraph?
Correct.
I'm going to ask you some questions about that packet, okay?
Okay.
Do you remember checking the yes box to the question, have you ever been arrested or been the subject of a criminal complaint or indictment or been required to appear as a suspect or defendant in any criminal, including juvenile, proceeding or before any prosecuting officer or investigative agency?
Yeah. When I was a juvenile.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you remember checking that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Why was that box checked yes?
When I was a juvenile,
How old?
I think I had to be 15 or 16. I don't know. I have to go back and look.
Okay.
I was accused of inappropriately touching my little cousin. Went to court, no truth in it, or whatever case, and it was just thrown out. So that's why I checked the box. I didn't get arrested or anything. Wasn't on probation.
They just filed the
Yeah.
complaint. There was no in custody.
Right.
Okay. Do you remember checking the yes box to have you ever been convicted or pled guilty or pled nolo contendere to a felony crime?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember checking that? Okay. Why did you check yes to that one?
Same thing in regards to that previous question. When I had to go to court, we went to court, and they asked me do I plead guilty or not. When I was a juvenile.
Wait a minute. Okay, so did you plead guilty to that?
No, I'll tell you, no, not guilty. I'm sorry.
Not well. The question says, this is where this came up because we weren't quite sure.
Okay.
Have you ever been convicted,
Oh, no.
pled guilty, or pled nolo to a felony?
Oh, no. I'm sorry.
Okay, because
Yeah.
you checked yes to that.
Yeah,
We're like,
I got confused with that question when they asked me the first question about had I been charged with anything. So that's why I just went on just to I clicked. I mean, I checked yes in that box, just cause.
okay, but it was, so you're saying that the reason why you checked that was you believed it was in relation to the juvenile issue?
Yeah, that's why. So.
So confirming, what you're saying is that you've never been convicted.
Right.
Never pled guilty
Right.
or nolo to a felony.
Right.
Okay. Do you remember checking the yes box to the question, questioned by the police as a suspect of a crime?
Yes. Same thing, juvenile. Yeah.
And that was related to that
Yeah.
same case?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you actually go to trial for that?
No, actually, I guess it was tribunal. I guess I don't know, something with juvenile.
Mhm.
But
So was it heard in front of the judge?
yeah, it was.
So it was heard in front of the
Yeah.
judge? Okay. And do you remember the exact wording of your disposition? How did they say it? Did they just say not guilty or?
Yeah, they just said basically not guilty. And that's all I heard from that day. It was
Never heard anything else beyond that.
That was it.
were the circumstances surrounding that case?
This one, my juvenile.
Yes, sir.
As far as I can remember, we was at my sister's house.
Okay. Well, first of all, how old was your cousin? About.
At the time, I think she was like maybe 11, I think. 10 or 11, something like that, maybe.
And what they accuse you of?
Basically touching her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Part of this was that you were required to provide a yes answer with the name of the arresting agency and court jurisdiction. It's not on there. What was the arresting agency or charging agency?
Richmond County.
It was Richmond
Yeah.
County? And was Richmond County also the court of jurisdiction?
Yeah. Yeah.
It was Richmond
Yeah.
County, the juvenile court? Or?
Juvenile court. Yeah, juvenile court.
Okay. Why, when that initial, the initial interview, the question with Perry Madsen, why was that not disclosed as anything significant in your background?
By the agency.
About the juvenile issue?
I checked the box on it.
No. I'm talking about the initial interview.
Mm-hmm.
The interview with them. There was a question at the end that says, is there anything significant in your background not disclosed in the application or the interview? Do you remember that question?
I think I do, and I checked no for it.
You said no, you didn't have anything.
But I don't know why, but I clearly I checked the boxes for yes for those, but I don't know why. Yeah.
Are there any other arrest convictions, guilty pleas, or pleas with no low contender that you have not mentioned so far?
No.
Nothing. Okay. Tim Boone, do you have anything?
Yeah, I can kind of see that sheet right there. Just a couple follow-ups.
This-
This last one right here. It's a follow-up on the one that he just asked pertaining to the initial interview. It says, why do you not disclose the above information when asked anything significant in your background?
Mm-hmm.
And since you brought it up, I'll just do a little bit of follow-up on it. And I appreciate your honesty
Mm-hmm.
about, the need that you needed to seek some help mentally.
Yeah.
Why was that not mentioned or brought up to the?
Like I said, I can be honest with you. I don't know why I just put no into that. I guess because maybe I had already answered the two questions in reference to have I ever been charged with anything or whatever. I guess that's why I'm not sure why I actually put no to that. But
How long have you been policing?
7 years.
7 years.
Yeah.
So 7 years as a police officer, you know the job pretty well inside and out. Your opinion as a professional police officer, is that something significant somebody should know who's employing police officers?
Correct.
I'm asking, in your opinion, yeah?
Yes, sir.
So you would agree that it would be something significant that you would need to mention? If you were sitting on the other end, you'd want to know the
Correct.
people you were hiring, their mental state versus also their criminal arrest records and stuff like that, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I wanted to make sure on that of why it wasn't brought up in that. I'm sorry, Captain.
I thought
No, just to be clear, I'm talking about your initial sit down
Yeah.
where you came, and that's prior to any of the
Yeah, I know.
polygraphs.
I thought Actually, they pulled my file because I'm pretty sure it's in my file for my agency when I went there. But that's why
It's not.
yeah, I didn't know.
Just a couple more if I could, Kevin.
Yes.
How old are you?
29.
You're 29,
Maybe 30.
and so you're talking about 14, 15 years ago, the incident happened when you were a juvenile. Okay. What I kind of want to make sure of, because things are changing a little bit when it comes to this, and I don't know, it's one of two things from my opinion. It is, you're uncomfortable talking about it. I agree, I can understand where you're coming from. I've never had to deal with anything like that. You're uncomfortable talking about it, misremembering, or dishonest about it. So what I wanted to do is just give you an opportunity, and if it's dishonesty, then let us know about it now. Okay? One thing you cannot recover from in this job is being dishonest. So if it's dishonesty, come clean about why the polygraph information was filled out incorrectly, it was incomplete. Come clean about that now, because when we're done here, if we find that there was deception, I can tell you right now, from 21, 22 years in this job, there's not recovering from being dishonest in these type of things.
Right.
But again, I realize and I recognize that it's probably not a comfortable situation. So I'm reading one of those two things. I just wanted to give you an opportunity before Captain here concluded the interview, that if it is dishonesty, this is the time to say, hey, I was embarrassed, I did deceive you, I did do this, or I did word it that way to kind of cover my butt because, hey, I wanted to come work here. Now's the time to get out on the table.
Yeah, it was just because I was just uncomfortable with it, basically just, talking about it. It's not because I'm dishonest or anything. Actually, it's like I said, I did an interview with this guy about it, so, I'm start opening up, sharing my transparency with it. It's not that I'm dishonest. I mean, like I didn't think about the question fully when I saw the question or whatnot, but that's it because, like I said, I'm sharing my transparency. Matter of fact, with this article and shit that's going on right now, they're making a mockery out of my shit. Like all of a sudden I go and get help for my depression, and all of a sudden I come back and I'm a murderer. So that's why.
How does that, and I'm kind of confused a little bit about that. I appreciate you clarifying some of that. And again, I know it's probably not comfortable. If I was sitting in your shoes, I wouldn't be comfortable talking about some of the things. I'm trying to draw the connection between, going to get help for something, and then all of a sudden now you're being accused. I read some of the articles online talking about a cover-up.
Yeah.
You being in law enforcement, people down there know you're in law enforcement. How are they? There's a reason that these dots are being connected, or if someone's putting it on you. Can you offer an explanation of why you're being?
If I knew, man, I'd tell you. I don't know. I mean, I don't know this person. Never even talked to this person. Don't know who this guy gunslinger is. Taylor, don't even know who that is. Don't even know if it was a man or a female. I don't know. I don't know why the hell I get a phone call or a text saying, hey, man, did you see the article on Facebook about you? I don't know, man. Like, I ain't never fucking hurt nobody, man.
Outside of the actual murder itself, any assistance in maybe helping somebody cover a crime up or anything like that, disposing of evidence, cleaning evidence, sanitizing something?
I'll never do no shit like that, man. My uncle got shot and killed in Atlanta in 2009, man. 8 fucking times by 3 guys. That's currently serving time in prison right now, life without parole. The one reason why I became a fucking cop. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand why my name come up in this shit, man. I just went through some shit with my daughter, man, with IA in Augusta, man, 2018, man. It's I don't know what the fuck, my name come up in something like that, man. It's no evidence pointing me to this shit. You know what I'm saying? But I got to sit here now. I'm worried about how people view me now in my hometown.
I mean, it's just curious. I'm trying to figure out, like you said, why would somebody randomly pick your name out unless they knew you, had a vendetta involved, something like that? I'm trying to make the connection.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Somebody got it out for me, obviously.
What were you referring to? You just said something about an IA in 2018 with your daughter.
My child mother, sent naked pictures of my daughter to every news outlet in Augusta, even some up here, and to the sheriff's office and to my daughter's school, saying that I raped my child. I had to go in front of the GBI, the FBI, even my daughter, to the point where it messed her up so bad that they kept her back in 2nd grade this year. My daughter just started school today. I couldn't even be there for my first day of school because I'm sitting here over there. So this is shit I have to deal with.
She okay?
Yeah, she's good. I mean, I've been cleared from all that shit, man. You know what I'm saying?
She's in school.
Yeah,
up
she's
here?
in school. No. My daughter, she stayed. I let her stay there till I get myself situated. So after next school year, she's gonna move up here with me.
Okay. So there was a second investigation.
Well, it wasn't nothing. I
You
guess,
said you talked to GBI, FBI.
Well,
Was there an allegation and a second investigation?
Yeah.
Remember, just a few minutes ago, I said, be honest with us about everything. Because
Yeah.
when you leave here, it's over and done with, and now something new's coming up. So.
yeah, they interviewed my daughter. They didn't ever interview me, but I did talk to an investigator or IA about that when they came in. Of course, they was gonna talk to me about it, but
That was in Richmond?
yeah, Richmond.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was the findings of their internal investigation?
Not guilty or whatever. It happened in 2018. I was still employed with them since then.
Okay. Was there a criminal investigation by GBI or?
No.
Or you said they talked to your daughter?
Yeah, they took it to some like little screening room, I guess. I don't know. I couldn't take it. My mom had to take it because I'm a child.
Kind of like a GSAC?
I guess so. I'm not sure. I don't know the word, man. They
GSAC, Georgia Sexual Assault Center?
Yeah,
Where they're
yeah.
specialists who interview children. And,
yeah.
Yeah,
That's
to
what's up.
where dumbass cops like us don't sit there and offend somebody and make them over and over and over. So
My mom had to take her. I couldn't take her.
okay. Why? And this was your ex-wife or your baby's mom? I'm sorry, I just don't.
My baby mom.
Your baby's mom.
Yeah.
Why would she accuse you of that and then send?
Mm.
And how old was your daughter at the time?
6.
6.
Yeah.
Why would she send nude photographs?
And ever since I got custody of my child, man, it's crazy. All this shit been happening. I got
So
custody
you've had custody of her at
since she
time,
was 3.
and so you've had
Yeah.
the entire time without any breaks, you've had custody of her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I had full custody. I got full custody of her.
All right.
Anything else that you want to let us know about? Again, we're not out to get you or anything.
Yeah,
We've got a job to do as far as just making sure that we understand background of officers that are employed here.
Right.
It's just part of our job. So we're not out to get you or anything like that.
But some of this thing, I just thought maybe that would have been in my file. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's in my file, and you guys pulled my file when I got hired on. That's why. But it's
so what you're saying is any admission about any significant facts or relevant facts that need to be let on to when you were talking to Chief Perry or Madsen, you assumed.
that's it. Yeah.
So you're saying you assumed that they found it in there, so you didn't feel the need to bring it up.
Yeah.
Okay. Again, like I was saying, we're not out to get you or anything.
Yeah.
Honesty is the best policy in this. So if there's something you haven't disclosed or something, because I mean, when we're done here with the interview, it doesn't mean the IA is completely done.
Right.
We've got due diligence to do. We've got follow up. So if there's something else you haven't included that you need to let us know about, it's better to get out in front of it now. Be open and honest with us, because I can tell you right now, I've worked with Chief Perry for many years, and I've worked at his agency for many years, and you can't recover from dishonesty in this job. So if there's something you want to let us know about or something you haven't been 100% truthful, now's the opportunity.
That's it, man. That's it. That's so sweet.
Sit tight for me.
Yeah. I've got to go deposit this coffee anyway.
What's that? All right. You're right back, Alphonso.
Okay.
Okay, Alphonso. Chief Perry's going to want to watch your interview and everything else. So what we're going to do is go ahead and take the weekend off.
Okay.
Okay? Got it paid.
Okay.
It's free. Keep all your stuff.
Okay.
He just wants to have a chance to look at it, review it,
Fine.
talk to Richmond IA,
Okay.
talk about stuff that you brought up and everything else.
That's fine. That's fine.
So, you got my email.
Mm.
All right? If you need anything, have any questions, anything, I'll hit me up. And as things transpire, we will definitely make sure you're the first to know.
Appreciate it, Cut.
All right?
All right, man. Appreciate it.
All right, my friend.